Have you ever wondered why our personal information is collected when we try to order food for delivery from our favorite restaurants? Is it necessary for us to provide personal information even if we pay for the service? Let's find out. Max is a workaholic. She is always very focused on her work throughout the day, which her nice boss allows her to do at home. One day, during her lunch break, Max found herself wanting a juicy hamburger. But Max couldn't go outside because of her deadlines and endless to-do lists. So she decided to get her hamburger delivered instead. First, she called a hamburger restaurant called Order Rush. The sales agent, a friendly guy, took her order, but he asked for Max's name, phone number, address, and age. Max thought this was strange. Why did Order Rush need her age for a hamburger? The sales agent could not explain, and so Max canceled her order. But Max still wanted her hamburger, so she called another restaurant called Foodie Runner. She placed her order, but there it was again. The sales agent required Max to provide her name, address, and phone number. But he explained that Foodie Runner needed it to bring the hamburger to her house. Max understood, and after hearing her stomach rumble, she gave Foodie Runner her information. Foodie Runner processed her order, and after 15 minutes of waiting, a delivery rider knocked on Max's door with a juicy hamburger in hand. What happened while Max was looking for a hamburger? She was asked about her personal information and sensitive personal information. Together, these are known as personal data. But how are they different? The Data Privacy Act of 2012, or DPA, defines these concepts. Personal information is any information from which an individual can be directly identified. It is also any information from which an individual can be indirectly identified, meaning that if it is combined with other information, it would certainly lead to the identification of an individual. Sensitive personal information is a kind of personal information that requires more protection. Why? Because it may cause someone to be discriminated against or stigmatized. When Max gave her name, address, and phone number to Foodie Runner, she gave out her personal information. If Max had given her age to Order Rush on the phone, she would have given out her sensitive personal information. But why did both Order Rush and Foodie Runner ask for Max's personal and sensitive personal information when she ordered the hamburger? And what happens to the information she gives them? Let's find out. Order Rush and Foodie Runner were both performing what is called processing. Processing is an act or a set of acts on our personal data. Processing includes collecting, recording, organizing, storing, updating, blocking, erasing, and destroying data. The processing is done by the Personal Information Controller, or PIC, which was Order Rush and Foodie Runner. When processing information, the PIC must keep in mind the general data privacy principles found in the DPA. One of the general privacy principles is legitimate purpose. Legitimate purpose requires that the PIC, which in this case is Foodie Runner and Order Rush, should have a specific lawful purpose that is declared to the data subject when processing personal data. That purpose should not be against the law, society's morals, or public policy. Foodie Runner collected Max's personal information to deliver her hamburger or to contact her if the delivery rider gets lost. Without Max's personal information, Foodie Runner would not have been able to deliver the hamburger. Another general privacy principle that the PIC must keep in mind is proportionality. Proportionality means that the processing should be necessary and not excessive to the PIC's specific lawful purpose. It should also use the least intrusive means. Max was correct in not giving her age to Order Rush, especially since the sales agent failed to explain why he was asking for it. Not only is age sensitive personal information, but age is also not needed to deliver Max's hamburger. This means Order Rush did not comply with the principle of proportionality. It is also important to know that under the DPA, a PIC should have a lawful basis for processing personal data. One of the lawful bases of processing is if the processing is necessary for the fulfillment of a contract. Here, Foodie Runner processed Max's information since it was needed to deliver the hamburger. The hamburger delivery is in fulfillment of their contract. So, what do we learn from this? Before you disclose your personal data for any reason, even for something like a hamburger delivery, it's important to understand the PIC's purpose and basis for processing your personal data. Understanding how PICs process our personal data is not just about being cautious like Max. It is also about knowing which PICs to trust and why we should trust them in order to protect our fundamental right to privacy.